A former governor detained overnight, accused of diverting 423 billion naira. This isn't a political rumor. This is happening right now. On one side, Nigeria's anti-graft agencies. On the other hand, one of the country's most controversial and influential political figures, Nasir El-Rufai. Is this justice or is this a political takedown? Because what happened at the Abuja airport and what he allegedly did involving the National Security Advisor changes everything. If this case collapses, it damages Nigerians' anti-corruption credibility. If it succeeds, it reshapes the 2027 political landscape. Tonight, we'll break down the money train, the security charges, the power game, and what most media reports are missing. If you care about governance, accountability, and the future of Nigeria politics, please like this video, subscribe, and stay with me. Let's investigate. El-Rufai voluntarily walked into the headquarters of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, in Abuja. Hours later, he wasn't walking out, he was detained. Investigators questioned him over alleged financial misconduct during his tenure as Kaduna State Governor from 2015 to 2023. The allegations: diversion of 423 billion in public funds, money laundering, and abuse of office. But that's not all. Days earlier, security operatives reportedly attempted to arrest him at the Abuja airport after he returned from Cairo. Then came another twist. The Department of State Services (DSS) filed a 3-count charge against him. The accusation is that of unlawful intercepting a telephone conversation involving the National Security Advisor. Pause for a second. Financial crime, national security allegation, multiple agencies involved. This is no ordinary investigation. Why this really matters is that El-Rufai is not a small political figure. He was 2 times governor, a former federal minister, and a major political strategist. In 2024, the Kaduna State House of Assembly indicted him over the alleged 423 billion naira diversion and recommended investigation by anti-graft agency. Now those investigations have matured into detention and formal charges. But here's why this matters. When multiple institutions, EFCC, ICPC, and DSS move at once against one former governor, it signals something deeper. This is not just about accounting discrepancies. This is about power and timing. Why now and why this moment? Let's break this down analytically. There are 3 possible interpretations to this. The first scenario is that the anti-graft agency are doing their job. Evidence exists. Due process is unfolding. If so, this could be one of Nigeria's largest corruption prosecutions involving a former governor. The second scenario is that El-Rufai is now aligned with the African Democratic Congress (ADC). If internal power blocks have shifted, investigations may reflect deeper elite tensions. Then political history in Nigeria shows that persecution often intensifies when alliances fracture. The third scenario is that the alleged interception of the National Security Advisor's call elevates this beyond financial misconduct. If proven, it transforms the case into a national security issue. But here is the contradiction. If someone truly intercepted a high-level security call, how did that happen? And what does that say about internal security system? Most headlines focus on the 423 billion naira. But the real pivotal point is the airport incident.
Attempted address
At a public airport send a psychological message that this is serious, this is urgent, and this is visible. Public perception was shaped before any court appearance. Another overlooked issue is that an indictment by a state assembly is political, not judicial. It is a recommendation, not a conviction. The real test will be, can prosecutors produce forensic audit trail, procurement violation, and banking documentation? Without hard evidence, public trust erodes. With strong evidence, this becomes historic. But here's the part nobody is talking about. If this case collapses in court, it could permanently weaken Nigeria's anti-corruption institution. And if it succeeds, it could trigger investigation into other former governors. Stay with me. Public reactions are divided. Some citizens say no one should be above the law. Others ask, why are only certain politicians aggressively pursued? Institutional credibility is now on trial too. The EFCC must show transparency. The DSS must justify the security charge. And the court must remain independent. Because this is no longer just about El-Rufai. It is about whether Nigerian institutions act consistently across party lines. If proven, Kaduna fiscal governance record will face re-evaluation. Political alliances heading into 2027 could shift dramatically, and elite immunity culture may weaken. But if unproven, anti-graft agencies risk being perceived as political tools. Public trust will decline and political polarization will deepen. And here is the economic dimension. Investor confidence depends heavily on institutional stability. High-profile political persecution sends signals, both positive and negative, to international observers. Here are three possible outcomes. The first outcome is that this becomes a landmark anti-corruption case. The second outcome is that years of court appearances, political survival, and strategic delay. While the third outcome is that charges reduce, narrative shift, and political comeback possible. But here's the ultimate question. Is this the beginning of systemic accountability or another episode in Nigeria's long history of political warfare? This story is still unfolding, and it will define more than one smart political future. It will define whether Nigerian anti-corruption fight is institutional or selective. Drop your analysis in the comments. Is this justice or strategy? If you value deep investigative political breakdowns like this, subscribe now, turn on notification, and join a community that looks beyond headline and follow the power. Because in politics, what you see is really the full story, and we're really just getting started.